So let's do some yoga, shall we? We're going to come onto our mats. And let's start in a comfortable seat or kneeling position, whichever works better for you. And fidget in it a little bit, wiggle in it, make sure, if you're me, that your yoga pants are pulled up high enough. But just get into your space. And when you feel like you've gotten there, lift up the back of your skull slightly. And just start to breathe in and out through your nose. Be aware that somewhere else, probably within a few miles of you, there are 27 other people who are also simply sitting still and breathing with you right now. People working just as hard as you to figure out how to be in this time. And for a few more breaths, let's just rest in the comfort of that. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Good, with your eyes open. Welcome. We're going to open today doing a little bit of Kapalabhati breathing. And the Kapalabhati breath is an active exhale and a passive inhale. And it almost kind of looks like you're pumping the stomach in as you breathe out, just kind of quickly forcing the air out like a little pump. And then just relax around the inhale and let it happen. It will happen quite naturally as a response to the pressured out breath that you're doing. So let's try 30 of them. We'll take a cleansing breath first. In through nose, out through mouth. 30 Kapalabhati. When you've gotten to the end of your 30, just close your eyes and kind of notice the echo of the pranayama exercise. Good. Take a big breath in through nose. And once again, open mouth, exhale. Okay. Come into hands and knees, tabletop. And begin to move through cat-cows. Just warm up the spine. Inhale, lower belly, lift chin. Exhale, round and arch your spine to the ceiling. Head drops. Continue to go back and forth at the rhythm of your own breathing. If for a few more breaths you just want to kind of start to move organically, get a little weird, move the ribs and shoulders and hips around. So it's just like you're testing the water inside your own body. Any place that feels a little cranky or sticky, any place that it feels really good to yawn and stretch into. Then come back to your neutral spine, tuck your toes. Let's press back into downward facing dog. And just take a few breaths to kind of fidget, stretch, and yawn your way into your body. So come into this shape of an upside down V. Make sure that you're not dumping all your weight into your wrists, that your fingers are also contributing, like the fingertips are trying to press the front of your mat away from you. And then here, let's do 3 lion's breaths. So inhale through your nose. As you exhale, tongue out, eyes up. 2 more. Inhale. Tongue out, eyes up. 1 more time. Breathe in. Stretch your face. Good. Come forward to a high push-up. And let's just hold here. If there's any struggle in it, just put your knees down. Press up through the back of your skull. Thinking about maybe that passage of the Yoga Sutra. Can we be as steady in mind, in plank, as we are in child's pose, as we are in chair? And if not, and likely not, right? If not, why not? What's in the way? Is it just strong sensation? Is there a little bit of mental chatter or doubt? What's getting in the way of your peace right now? And does it have to? You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, slowly lower all the way down to your belly. So good. Bring your chin or forehead to the mat. And then interlace your hands behind your head. Start to lift chest and start to press up through the back of your elbows and start to lift the back of your skull up into your interlaced fingers here. For a lot of us, extra time at home means extra time on the computer, extra time in front of the TV, which tends to jet the head forward of the body. So let's just strengthen the back of the neck. Now chin is down, lift up the back of the skull into your hands. I'm right here with you, stay with it for 3. Maybe the elbows come a little bit higher for 2. Take another big breath. And as you exhale, relax down. As you come down, bring a cheek to the mat. Maybe just wiggle your backside a little bit left to right or windshield wiper your feet side to side. Press up through hands and knees, tabletop position. Tuck your toes, come on back, downward facing dog. Okay. Let's lift the right leg nice and high. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, knee to nose, high push up. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. 1 more time, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Now stay here, just look forward, inhale. And as you exhale, step your right foot between your hands for a runner's lunge. Take an inhale. Sink your hips a little bit and lift your chest. And as you exhale, straighten your front leg as best you can. Inhale, lunge forward. Exhale, lengthen back. 1 more time. Inhale, lunge forward. Exhale, lengthen back. Now this time, lunge forward and pivot. So you can take this into Skandasana, which is a pretty deep lunge for this knee, and it puts a good amount of stress, good stress, pull sensation on the inside of that leg. If that's too much for you, just come up a little bit higher and take it as sort of a high lunge. So just customize for whatever it is you're working with. My knee has a little snap, crackle, pop to it these days. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to shift to the other side. So you can crawl your hands along the floor or kind of float like the little yoga ninja that you are. And then we're going to pivot. So runner's lunge, left foot facing forward now. Inhale, lower the hips, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, lunge forward. Exhale, straighten the front leg. 1 more time. Inhale, lunge forward. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Now this time, lunge forward, pause. Bring your hands to the ground and see if you can lift that left leg up and back to three-legged downward facing dog. Hoo-yah! Extra credit for sound effects. Take a big inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, high push-up. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Pause. Inhale, just look forward. And exhale, step forward. Skandasana, or more of a kind of a high lunge. Stay for 3, just like we did before. Maybe float the hands if that feels good. For 2, for 1. You're gonna shift to the other side. See if you can stay relatively low. Take a big inhale when you get to the other side. And as you exhale, hands come down to the mat. Pivot, swing the right leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to right elbow tap. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Good. Inhale, right leg high. Now exhale, can you step your right foot outside your right hand? Just a little bit wider. Both hands are inside the front right foot. Inhale, sink hips, lift heart. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, lunge forward. Exhale, lengthen back. One more time. Inhale, lunge forward. Exhale, lengthen back. Now lunge forward. And once again, pivot. See if you can find Skandasana. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, shift it over to the other side of the studio, or the room, or your kitchen. Wherever the heck you are, you're perfect. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can pivot. Now both hands inside the front left foot. Lower the hips, lift your chest, inhale. Straighten the front leg, exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more time, inhale, lower. Exhale, press back. Now lower, pause. See if you can put the hands down, flat on the mat, and get that left leg all the way up and back, three-legged downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. One more time. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Good. Left leg high. Put left foot down. Because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but we haven't done any push-ups or chaturangas yet. So fear not. Come forward. High push-up. We're going to do 10. Maybe put your knees down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, low push-up. Maybe it's just an inch. It doesn't have to be huge. Inhale, high push-up. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. For 7, don't let your head droop. 6, your arms do the work. 5, pull your belly in. For 4, almost there. 3, I hope I'm counting right. 2, lower. 1, lower. Hover, hover, hover. I'm with you. High push-up, child's pose, or anahatasana. Anahatasana looks like child's pose, but your booty's in the air. Take a breather. Let the arms and shoulders relax. And this also, especially if you're in anahatasana, gives you sort of a back bend shape here. So if you've been missing all those upward dogs, just hang out here for a few extra breaths. Good. Take a big breath in and open mouth, exhale. Press up through hands and knees. Tuck toes. Come on back. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lift your left leg. Big breath in. Left knee, right elbow, high push-up. So twist it. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Doesn't sound like I'm straining at all. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Now, do the runner's lunge. So 1 breath, sink the hips a little bit. As you exhale, straighten your front leg. And then lunge forward again and put your back knee down. Reach your arms overhead. Press palms together. See if you can bring your fingertips to the back of your neck. And then push your skull back into your forearms. And so the strength at the back of your neck, the thing that keeps your head in place, is what's also going to help you stretch the triceps and lift your chest here. And breathe big breaths. And what is it? What is it that might be harassing you here? What makes this different from chair pose? What makes this different from child's pose? And what can you do with that? Take another big breath in. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Tuck back toes, lift back knee, and come to Skandasana. Stay here or float your hands, take an inhale. As you exhale, come on back over to the other side. Hands come down, pivot. Right leg comes up and back. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. So twist and pull forward. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Good. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right foot steps. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Inhale, lunge forward. And exhale, put your left knee down. Okay. Hands on the front knee. This time, instead of going up, interlace your hands behind you. And then drive your knuckles down towards the floor. And push the bottom of the front foot straight down into the mat. And if that tendency to react and distract in your brain starts to make this feel more chaotic than it is, just get really curious about what's actually holding you back from peace here. What's really getting in the way? Let's take another big breath in. And as you exhale, put your hands down. Tuck back toes, lift back knee, and step back to downward facing dog. Okay, I know, you're dying for those chaturangas. Inhale, forward, high push-up. Exhale, low push-up or belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take one breath in and one breath out. Inhale, bend knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop to your hands. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Swing all the way up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low push-up, your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath in, one breath out. Inhale, bend knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop hands. Half lift, breathe in. Fold down, breathe out. Swing all the way up, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, one more time. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, forward bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog. One breath in. One breath out. Inhale, bend knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop to hands. Half lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Chair pose. Let's sit low and get still for a few cycles of breath. I'm going to turn to face you. Now, feet can be together or hip width distance apart. Whatever really feels better for your knees and feels more stable for the rest of you. Take an inhale. Press your thumbs back in space. And exhale. Bring your belly to your thighs and swing your arms back as far as they go. Inhale, swing high. Now keep your hips down. And exhale, swing low. Inhale, swing chest up. Exhale, swing back. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale back. Now, as you swing up, can you stand up and lift your heels? Oh. And now it's different again. What does it take to sustain the mental steady here? What's actually in the way? Bring palms together. Slowly start to bend your knees and your elbows as though you were sliding down an invisible wall that were right behind you. Hold on to anything you want here. Chair, a wall, 2 cans of tomato sauce that you have stowed away for the apocalypse. And just see. What does it take to create a sense of steady when your foundation isn't perfectly underneath you the way that you're used to? What does it take to get it together? I'm going to come back up. Ooh, that's going to be different. I don't know that my legs were planning on that. Rely heavily on the foundation of all 10 of your toes. Ooh. Still lifted in the heels as you lift your hands for 3, for 2. Ooh, inhale. Exhale, heels down, arms by your side. Close your eyes, turn the gaze inward. And just kind of feel where you're at with you right now. Feel the beating of your heart. Good. Make your eyes open. You're going to come back to chair pose at the top of your mat. So hips sink low, arms come high. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Step your left foot to the back of the mat as you exhale. Spin your back heel down and come up for warrior 2. And then gaze out over your front middle finger. And turn the front palm over, reverse warrior. See if you can bring those right fingertips to the middle of your upper back. And reach your left hand across and just pull up slightly. There's a little bit of extra traction in and around the right shoulder girdle, and maybe a little bit in the right rib cage. So steer all your breathing over into that right side line of the body. Let the position that your legs are in deliver extra heat. Let's make some breathing room. Here for 3. Here for 2. Take an inhale. Exhale. Bring your right elbow down, either to your thigh or maybe onto a block or a prop. But we want to get the right hand out of the way because the left arm is going to reach overhead as you inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your fingertips down to the floor. Let's draw a nice big circle. Inhale, left arm up and over. Exhale, down and around. One more time. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, down and around. Now inhale up. Then you're going to internally rotate that left shoulder. So turn the thumb to face the computer screen and let it keep going. Wrap the left arm around behind you. Half bind is lovely, reaching for that hip crease there. If you want to try full bind, what I encourage is that you're not kind of dumping down towards the floor, that you can lunge deep enough and lift and rotate the chest up and out. You're here for 4 more. I know that front leg is talking to me too. Here for 3. But what's really in the way of your calm and your steady? Here for 2. 1 more. Good. Release. Left arm comes high, pulls you all the way up. Now there's been a good amount of pressure in that left hip joint. So let's kind of hop off, the right hip joint. Let's hop off the right foot and just kick the foot out. Like you stepped in dog poop and you're trying to get up the bottom of your shoe or your foot, right? Just feel that you're actually in a really mild way, gapping that ball and socket hip joint and allowing for a little bit more synovial fluid. Hiya! Okay, good job. I totally forget where we were. Just kidding. Triangle pose. Right toes point straight ahead. Left toes angle in a little bit. The stance is a little bit shorter, more narrow than warrior two stance. Arms come out. Reach forward. Take a big breath in. And when you can't reach anymore, hinge. And watch for this kind of rainbow arch collapse in the right side body. Lift up and feel that you can get longer between right hip and right armpit. Use your legs. What happens if you try to push them away from each other a little bit? Breathe for 3. You're here for 2. Good. Soften your front knee. Come all the way back up to warrior 2. And then we're going to take a balance, half moon. So look forward. I have a table there. I could use a table. I could go get a chair if I wanted some support. You're going to slide that left foot in and eventually teeter over that right hip and see if you can hold half moon shape, Ardha Chandrasana, balancing on the right foot. Breathing here for 3. Steady for 2. Soften the standing knee, land lightly on the left foot. Good. Come through center. Legs straight, wide-legged forward fold. Hands come down to the floor, fingertips on the same line as your toe tips. Bend your knees a lot, flatten your back, inhale. As you exhale, forward fold. I think you can see it here. I'm bending my elbows a little bit, and I'm trying to squeeze my elbows in towards one another, as though I were squeezing onto a beach ball. And it creates this lengthening sensation, this pulley feeling in the spine. It helps me feel like I can let the crown of my head descend with a little bit more ease. Now, some of us like the hard stuff all day long, but it's when we hold still in a shape that we really start to confront what's happening on the inside, maybe anything that feels unsettled or anxious or sad. And here too, if there's anything in your way, just ask yourself, what is that thing? What's getting in the way? And does it have to? What can you do about it? Take a big breath in. And open mouth, exhale. All right, bend your knees a lot. Pivot to the left. I'm trying to keep us facing each other. I'm hoping this is working for you too. And then look forward and fly onto your left leg. Let's come into a standing split. The right toes are going to want to turn out. See if you can turn the right pinky toe to the floor. And then find those muscles in the back of your right leg to do the lifting. Let your head come down, maybe play with holding on to the standing ankle. You're here for 3. Here for 2. Good. Feet land together at the new top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Chair pose, sit low. Forward fold, breathe out. Half lift, inhale. Right foot steps back as you exhale. Spin the back foot down. Helicopter open, warrior 2. Good. Gaze turns out over the front left hand now. Bring the palm to face up. Lift the left arm, bend the left elbow so that your fingertips come to the upper back. Right hand holds on to left elbow. And it's not like this desperate yanking, right? It's just gentle, tiny bit of extra traction that helps remind you where to send your breathing. Take another big breath in here. As you exhale, bring left arm down to left knee. Remember, we're getting the left hand out of the way for a little bit, so hand to belly or hand to floor are great options. You're going to take the right arm up to the sky. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, down and around. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, down and around. One more time. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, down and around. Right arm comes back up, and then it's internal rotation. So start to turn the thumb forward and then follow that as you wrap the right arm around behind you. Maybe fingers wriggle for the hip crease. Maybe just hold on to your t-shirt. If you have a full bind, you can go for that as well. But again, watch for chest to ground and see what you can do to lift and rotate chest to the ceiling. Let there be some prana, some uplifting force that's happening in this shape. Here, together, for 5. For 4. What's really in the way? For 3. For 2. One more, big breath in. Big breath out. Good, release the top arm. Let it pull you up. Ooh. That front leg gets to straighten. But remember, we're going to do that technique of gapping the joint. So come off the front leg, kick the poop off your shoe, and feel that there's a little echo of spaciousness that's happening in the left hip joint. Just bathing that joint in that groovy synovial fluid that the joint loves so much. Let's do one more. Extra credit for sound effects. Yeah. Good. I could hear Melody's out there. I know she did it. Turn your left toes forward. Right toes angle in slightly. Preparing for triangle. Arms come to a T. Reach, reach, reach. When you cannot reach, hinge. Pay attention to the side waist that's closest to the floor. How can I get that a little bit longer? And then create lift in the top arm. Create power in the foundation. You're here for 5. For 4. 3. 2. Good. Soften your knee. Come all the way up. All right. So toes out. Arms out. Take an inhale. As you exhale, horse pose. And let's just stay. You and me and like 20-something other people. Visualize them. We're all in it together. Hear the sound of your body moving. Good. Take a big breath in. Now, as you exhale, stay low. Bring your hands down onto your thighs. In my Vinyasa class, 4:30s on Thursdays, I always say, like we're about to do some sweet 80s dance moves or like Jane Fonda, which we kind of are. We're going to take an inhale. And as you exhale, just drop one shoulder down towards the mat. Maybe continue that twist, turning your gaze a little bit. Make sure that feels okay for your neck. And then inhale back to center. And exhale, twist and rotate in the other direction. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, hands up. Come on back to horse. Woo, and straighten your legs. Either scoot or hop your feet into center. And we're going to take a balance pose and take our eagle. Left leg standing, right leg up and over. And remember, you can kickstand, float, or hook the toes. It's all good. But see if you can feel that your inner thighs are working to squeeze onto one another. Then take your arms. Maybe start in cactus. Maybe hug, right arm under left. And try to separate your shoulder blades a little bit. If you want to swivel at the elbows, see if you can press your forearms forward without leaning forward. And feel that that kind of wraps your shoulder blades around the edges of your rib cage. And work with all the little negotiations your body is making to try to help you balance right now. Be a witness for that. Be steady. Breath, and support for all the work the body's doing. Here for 3. Pull it all into the middle here. Here for 2. Good. Release. Come to standing, arms up, inhale. And as you exhale, let's go on the other side. So left leg over, left arm under. I'm just going to turn sideways so you have a profile view of this. You face whichever way you want. So left leg over, left arm under. Notice that I'm not leaning forward here. Back of the head is right over the back of the hips. And then like I mentioned before, push the forearms forward a little bit. And feel that you're plugging the shoulder blades onto the back of your ribs. Now steady with this. Again, squeeze everything into the middle. Here for 5. Here for 4. Here for 3, 2, take one more big breath in, open mouth, exhale. Okay, release to standing, maybe swing the arms around, shake it out a little bit. We will meet at whatever you perceive to be the top of your mat. Take your feet out, come down for your squat pose. Any prompts, any support that you need for squat is groovy. But see if you can feel, has the chest collapsed forward? Are you, all crunched up on the front of the heart here? And what can we do to bring the spine into neutral? Back of head, back of heart, back of hips, the same line. And if you want some extra spice, see if you can keep your knees exactly where they are and lighten the pressure of your elbows. Feel that maybe your glutes start to kick in, some of your leg muscles start to kick in. And if that's okay, if the legs aren't moving, maybe reach arms way up towards the sky. Breathe with whatever you're working on for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. We're going to come down for a seat. Oh, so graceful. Okay, got about 18 minutes left. Just checking the time. We're going to do a little bit of boat pose. So whenever I teach Savasana, I make sure that I impart. The primary goal is spinal stability. You can do the craziest shit you want with your arms and your legs. If your spine isn't stable, no bueno. So first, feel that you can rock the pelvis so that you're a little bit more fully on your sits bones. You may even peel the flesh of your backside back towards the wall behind you a little bit. And then sit up nice and tall and start to lean back a little bit. Lift your feet. Now hold on. If it helps you keep the spinal stability, and to test the edges of that, just get a little bit light with your hands. Maybe you try one hand. If you got that full boat rocking and you take a lot of Jen Cruz classes, then by all means, get crazy with arms and legs. The primary goal is spinal stability. With whatever you have, here again for 5. For 4, 3, 2, take a big breath in. And as you exhale, Come all the way down onto your back. Half boat. It's a little bit different, Ardha Navasana. The way that I like to do half boat is first to peel the chest and shoulder tips off the mat. And here I like to check in that there's not a lot of neck strain, because a lot of us have some degree of neck crankiness, in which case it might be good to put a hand or hands behind your neck to support. And then firm the belly down and see if you can float the legs a couple inches off the ground. And breathe for 5. For 4. Extra credit if you're shaking. At least you're not shaking on camera, right? For 3. For 2. 1, relax. Okay. Bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor. See if you can get your heels close. And have your arms down by your sides. Hold the edges of the mat, or be prepared to shimmy the shoulders together for a bridge. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, coming up, hips rise. Maybe you shimmy, shoulders together, interlace hands, press down. And you push lightly into the back of your head. And lift the chin away from the chest just slightly. Can you feel that maybe helps create a little bit more breathing room? Now stay with it. Here for 3. Here for 2. 1 more big inhale. Exhale, release, and slowly come down. Feels good. You can sway the knees a little bit. Setting up again. Bridge or wheel if you feel ready for it. Knees bent, feet flat, heels close, breathe in. And as you exhale, come up into your back bend. Now this time we're going to take it for a count of 10. So you do have the option to walk your feet a little bit closer to center and lift one leg straight to the sky. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Now if you have one leg lifted, put it down and lift the other leg up. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put both feet down. Maybe separate the hands, lift the heels if that feels good, and roll down onto your back. Bottoms of feet can come together, knees open out. I like arms overhead here. Just kind of bask for a few breaths in the echo of your practice. Toe heel your feet to the outside edges of your mat. Knock your knees together and just sway your knees side to side. Back to center. Have both knees into chest. Rock a little bit. And then you're going to rock all the way over onto your left side and press up for a tabletop. We're going to come into half pigeon. So if you feel like you need to come from downward facing dog, by all means. But what we're going to end up doing is getting the left knee right up next to the left wrist, swiveling the left shin forward a little bit, and then dragging the right leg back. And if this doesn't work for you, figure 4 is also an option. But for a few breaths here in half pigeon, let's take the back bend version of the shape, or the yang version of the shape. You can pad the front hip if it's not on the floor. Like my left hip's super, super tight. It doesn't really get to the floor. But I'm really driving down into the legs so that I can lift the hands and feel that this back bend-ish shape is coming from the strength of the muscles in my spine. You could stay here or lift the arms lift. You could press palms together and bring fingertips to the back of your neck like you did in the beginning. Here for 3 more. Here for 2. Take a big inhale. Exhale, come on down into the more passive version of the shape. If you've been in my class before, you know I like to come to forearms so that I'm not dumping all the weight of my chest onto the front knee, and actually push my hips back a little bit. Kind of direct the stretch deep down into the glutes instead of the front knee. And just kind of notice where you are in the walls of your own mind right now. Is it a pleasant place? Is it spacious and soft? And if not, listen away. And it doesn't have to be. Even though you can't see the 27 other people, they're here with you, breathing. We're doing the work together. Take a big inhale and a full exhale. Come up in your chest. And then sit down onto that left hip. Keep your legs out nice and wide. And let's just keep the toes pointing straight up to the ceiling and just take a little forward stretch. Now I'm not letting the toes and the femur bones kind of rotate forward. I'm pressing up through the toes. Maybe even pushing down a little bit into the heels. And I still feel this really awesome yawning open sensation in the legs. I don't have to go super far. Let's take a big breath in here. Open mouth, exhale. Come on back up through a seat. All we're going to do now is pivot into half pigeon on the other side. So I'm going to use my right hand to kind of pick up and bend the right knee, and then just start to turn the body. As I pivot, the right knee comes towards the right wrist. The left leg walks away to the degree that it can go. And then we take it active for a few cycles of breath. And you could pad the hip, or you could drive down into the ground and find lift with the muscles of your back body. Like before, you could take an arm variation. So we did this early on in class where we tried a little lunging back bend with 2 arm variations. The second one we tried was this clasping behind the back and driving down into the knuckles. You're welcome to take the first one if that feels better as well. And let's breathe together here for 5. For 4, 3, 2, take a big inhale, and then exhale, release the hands, and come into a more passive version of the shape. I know some of you out there have knee issues and are figure 4 people. If you're figure 4ing, remember that you can put a foot against the wall and relieve the work of the upper body. Because for those of us on the floor, this is kind of a passive shape. The weight of the body does most of the work. And if you're figure 4ing, sometimes your arms can get exerted and you start to lose the stretch a little bit. Put that bottom foot on the wall and let the wall do the work. Breathe in the way that makes space. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Walk your hands up. This time you're going to swing the back left leg around so that you come into a seat with your legs out in front of you. You can pull the flesh back a little bit and soften the knees as much as you like. Arms up, inhale. Gently drape forward as you exhale. Imagine that you're steering the breathing. So take one breath right into the back of your heart. One breath into the middle of your back. And one breath into your lower back. And all the way up to a seat. Pull down behind the knees and make your way onto your back. Hug both knees in, really hug. Really hug. And squeeze a little tighter. A little tighter. A little tighter. And let go. And relax out onto your back. And let's lie here together. Bring your hands to your belly, your hands to your heart. Breathe into your hands. Remember that as we endure the trials and the time ahead of us, whatever they may be, that we have this opportunity to look at them and decide. What is holding us back from peace? And does it have to? slowly be as you practice letting go. Even if it's just in the smallest way. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Make your way onto one side and curl up for a couple breaths. And then find your way to a comfortable seat. Okay. It's super weird to own by yourself, but I think I'm just going to visualize that there's like 20 something of you out there also having an awesome and hilarious socially awkward moment with yourself in a room somewhere, somewhere out in the world. Hashtag solo omen. So let's do one together. Why not? Exhale first. Breathe in. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace. Comes in from heart to lips, the third eye center. The peace and the spaciousness in the bows to the same.